In part 2 of this one-part series, I tore apart the first part of Dennis Prager's allegedly two-part essay titled, "Why Are So Many Young Americans Irreligious? The Secular Brainwash is the First Reason." If you haven't seen it, you didn't miss much. I've been doing this since 2007, so at this point, I'm just phoning it in. Kidding! Check it out. I'll put the link up here or up there or down somewhere. I don't know. The middle of Prager's essay is a brief rant about the secular genocides of the 20th century. This is a charge which has been dealt with quite a bit both by myself and others. I would recommend the 17th chapter of Christopher Hitchens' book, God is Not Great, for a more nuanced look at these arguments. But Dennis fails to note that a number of these genocides took place in various Christian or just previously Christian countries throughout Europe, the Holocaust being the most obvious example. He's smart enough not to get into the specifics, though, where such points can be made. Which, of course, brings us to... Wait, the war on Christmas? Is he serious? The war on Christmas? Yeah, the war on Christmas. In American life, the only national holiday with religious meaning is Christmas. And that has not only been largely secularized, but even in its secular form, has increasingly been removed from the national vocabulary. Americans are expected to say the word Christmas as rarely as possible. No more Merry Christmas, but Happy Holidays. Companies no longer have Christmas parties, but holiday parties. Schools no longer have Christmas vacations or a Christmas break, but winter vacations or a winter break. Dennis is quite astute on this point. Indeed, the main factor in my leaving religion and becoming an atheist back in 1992, as I've talked about here on this channel for nearly 2 decades, was the abrupt and quite pronounced drop-off in hearing those words every December. Merry Christmas. My then wife and I literally turned our lives upside down. We lost friends, risked losing family, lost professional connections and opportunities, suffered bitter existential angst, and were forced to entirely revamp our lives. All because people back in the early 90s began to be more inclusive and thoughtful in their holiday greetings. It's outrageous. Anyone who derives his values from the Bible is essentially forbidden from using those values to shape societal norms. You can cite Ibram X. Kendi or white fragility or your heart as the source of your social values. But if you cite a biblical book, you are told that violates the alleged separation of church and state. What the hell is he talking about? I didn't jump around. That paragraph comes directly after the Christmas paragraph. What is the connection between people saying happy holidays and getting one's morality from somewhere other than a book advocating genocide, homophobia, misogyny, human sacrifice, etc.? And what does Ibram X. Kendi and white fragility have to do with young people leaving religion? Are those just mandatory buzzwords that conservatives have to use now? Did Prager suffer a stroke I don't know about? And who thinks private citizens getting their values from their holy book is a violation of the separation of church and state? Has Dennis lost his mind, or was it just never there to begin with? Quote, "So then, for about 60 years, the entire world outside the home and increasingly inside the home of most young Americans has been secular and anti-religious." Thank Hitchens. What Dennis is really saying with this essay is that when religion is stripped of its privilege, power, and protection, none of which it should ever have had in the first place, not in this secular country with its godless constitution and said devotion to the concept of equal protection, when religion has to play fair, it simply can't compete in the marketplace of ideas. Since school prayer was deemed unconstitutional in the 1960s, religion has been slowly losing its privilege, power, and protection. Growing up, I never heard anyone say anything disparaging about religion. It was sacrosanct, an unquestionable good for both society and individuals. Now, I disparage religion professionally, as do many others. What Prager calls the secular brainwash is simply the removal of compulsory religion from public life. The playing field has been leveled. And without that constant protection and public pressure, religion finds itself unable to deal with the intellectual and moral challenges from without, especially here on the World Wide Web, where religions go to die. Once again, I'm me. Thanks for watching. Hey gang, thanks again for watching. I just have a quick but important update to the benefits I offer those who become a patron of the Mr. Deity channel. On top of the blessings, the magification of your underwear, multiple chances to make a first impression, etc., I'm now giving both new and existing patrons a self-authenticating way to know that something you want to be true is true, wholly apart from the evidence, in honor of William Lane Craig. So if you're on a diet and you are just really craving one of those big chocolate chip cookies you can get at various venues, you'll now have a self-authenticating way to know that those chocolate chip cookies contain 0 calories, fat, cholesterol, whatever, wholly apart from the evidence. Use it for whatever you'd like. Turn your cheating spouse into a faithful, devoted companion. Rid yourself of those pesky concerns that Grandpa might be suffering from dementia. Remind yourself that your existence is the most important thing in the history of our universe. Hashtag self-authenticating. But whatever you do, don't miss out on this amazing offer. It will not last forever. At some point, I'll be dead. To all my wonderful patrons and everyone who's already helped out in whatever way, thank you, 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 thank you. And I'll see you in my next video.